Greetings Terrarians, Khaios here. For the next few weeks on the channel, I want to have a miniature tutorial series where I show you guys tips and tricks and techniques for building interesting portal maps in Terraria. Today is going to be the first episode, and we're going to be covering one of the basics, the portal gun station. So just to start off very basic, the portal gun station is a piece of furniture which can be activated either by the player or by wiring, which fires a portal onto a surface, and when a player walks through the portal, if there's another portal of the opposite color, the player will come out of the opposite color's portal. So the portal gun station is 4 tiles wide by 3 tiles tall. So I'll just go ahead and paint the background wall so you can see that. And this is the size of the portal gun station. You'll see if I rotate it, it never leaves this boundary. So each of these tiles does something different if you interact with it. I'm going to paint in purple the top segments right here, these 4 blocks. If you were to click inside of these 4 blocks, you'll see that the portal gun station will change from yellow to blue, no matter where inside of these 4 blocks you click. The same thing happens if you were to activate these 4 squares with any sort of wiring. The green painted segment over here will rotate the cannon to the left, while the cyan painted segment over here will rotate it to the right. So you'll see if I click up here, it'll rotate to the right. If I click down there or in the middle, it'll still rotate. And the same thing on the left side. Any of these green squares will rotate it to the left, and any of these cyan squares will rotate it to the right. The only 2 squares that are remaining are these bottom ones right here, and I'm going to paint them red. And what these 2 squares do is fire the portal gun station. So if you click in either of these 2 squares, you'll see that it shoots a portal. So we can rotate the cannon, we could change the color of the portal that it fires, and we can fire it by clicking on the red segment right at the bottom. The same thing happens if you activate any of these points with wiring. When it comes to wiring up the portal station, you can actually put multiple wires onto a single input to have the portal gun station activate several different aspects of it at the same time. So for instance, if I put red, blue, green, and yellow coming out of this switch and going straight into the green side, it'll actually move 4 times. So you'll see here, if I do it manually, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be in the upright position. So I'm going to reset it, and I'll pull this lever, and you'll see it goes straight into the upright position because all 4 of the wire colors activated the same position all at once. So if you wanted to, say, activate all 8 positions at the same time and have it move from one end to the other, like that, all you'd need to do is create a little kind of device with a dart trap, and we'll use teal pressure pads, and we just need 2 of them, and we wire up the portal gun station to those 2 teal pressure pads. And now if we just put a little bit of wire onto the dart trap and add a switch to it, what's going to happen is when we fire the dart trap, it's going to hit both of these pressure plates, and each of them are going to rotate the cannon 4 positions to the left, which means it'll come a full rotation, a full flip to the opposite side. So now we can instantly rotate the cannon to the opposite side with just 1 button press. You don't have to put all 4 wire colors into the same input either. So if I were to go back to 4 button presses and put the cannon in that position again, but say I wanted it to fire a portal and rotate, then what I need to do is just take one of my wire colors away from the green segment. In this case, I'll be using red, and then feed it down into the part of the portal gun station which shoots it, which is these two red tiles at the very bottom. And let me place some blocks so that you could see a portal will be fired onto that surface. So now, once we activate this switch, which I'm placing right here, you'll see that it fires a portal gun station and rotates 3. So it won't be straight upright, it's going to be at a slight angle. Just like that. And it shoots the portal first before rotating because of what wire color I selected. So if I were to cancel this portal out just by destroying the block, and if I were to change which wire color feeds into this, it will change the order of operations. So the way that wiring works in Terraria is it fires in this order: red, blue, green, and yellow. And that happens within a split second, so most of the time it doesn't matter. Most of the time most people won't even notice it. However, you saw that the first thing that happened when I fired this switch was it shot a portal onto the surface and then rotated. Had it rotated first, the portal would have shot straight off the edge and never hit the platform. So to show that the order of operations is tied to the wire color, I'm going to remove the yellow from the rotation and add it to the firing mechanism. Now what's going to happen is the cannon will rotate first, and then the yellow will activate last and shoot it, and it won't shoot onto this platform. Just like that. We have the same angle because it only rotated to the left 3 times. However, it rotated first and then fired at the end because I had the yellow wire going into the bottom segment and not the red one. So again, wires will always fire in the color order of red, blue, green, and then yellow. So why is that important to know? Because if you are going to be making an intricate portal gun station device where it's rotating and shooting constantly, you might need to know specifically what order of operation you have your wire activating in, so you know precisely what position it's going to be shooting. Something that I do want to briefly mention is that the order that you do things with the portal gun station also matters a bit. You have to fire the cannon before you change the colors. If you change the color and then fire in a rapid succession on a single button, it's not going to work. And I'll just give you a quick visual on that. So say I wire this switch up with the red wire to shoot the cannon, like that. And say I run this blue wire to change the color of the cannon so that it shoots and changes colors at the same time. You'll see it shoots a blue and it turns yellow. However, if I reverse these two, because we know that red fires first and blue fires second, and I put the red wire changing the color first and then the blue wire firing the cannon second, you'll see that all it does is change the color of the station rather than shoot it. And that's because whenever the color of the station changes, it has a brief cooldown before it can fire a portal. And as such, you'll need to fire the portal gun station before changing the color of the portal gun station so that you don't get caught in that cooldown. Another thing to mention is that you can only have a single wire activating one portion of the portal gun station at a time. So for example, I have this red wire here, and all it does right now is change the color of the portal gun station. If I were to extend this wire out just one tile to the left, here you might think that it's activating both the color change and the rotation. However, it will only activate one, and you'll see all we get is the color change. And the way it determines what it's activating is the first segment in the line, if we follow this wire, to hit the portal gun station, which is right here, will be the action that it performs. So in this case, it'll change its color and it will ignore all other actions. I could run this wire down to the bottom, through the firing mechanism and through the rotation on the right, and all it's going to do is change the color of the station. However, if I were to relocate the wire just a little bit and just reverse it to say hit the rotation first and then the color change, you'll see that all it does is rotate the cannon and it no longer color changes. So if you just follow the wire, the first point where it intersects the portal gun station is the action that it will perform. And that covers the basics of the portal gun station. I hope you guys found the tutorial useful. If you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment. The next video of this mini-series will be showing you several different contraptions you can make with the portal gun station to help enhance your portal maps. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll catch you all later. Happy building.